All right, let's talk about the story of one shepherd. I love telling this story. I've told it for years, and this is a perfect time and place to tell it. So the story goes like this. Many, many moons ago, when Jesus Christ was still a corporal in the army, I was in Boy Scouts, and I loved it. I mean, I'll sing the Boy Scouts praises. It was fantastic. It was appropriately challenged and everything else, but I kept pushing that envelope. And eventually my scoutmaster came over to me and very rightfully said, "Hey, dude, I know what you're looking for. I love it. That's what scouts used to be, but things are changing, and that's not the way of the future. I recommend you find something else." And that may sound heartless, but I think he was dead on, and I'm thankful that he did that to this very day. Because what happened was I set about looking for something else. So what I did was I recruited my father. He had just retired from a 20-year service in the Army. He was a veteran 3 times over of, Southeast Asia. My uncles were Green Berets. My cousins were in the Army. So I got all of them, not together, but nonetheless, I reached out to him. I said, "Hey, look, there's got to be this warrior rite of passage somewhere. Where do we find it?" And we checked out Young Marines, we checked out Civil Air Patrol, we checked out JROTC, and the long story is, it didn't exist. It didn't exist at all. And so that really set me back. And I was talking to my father about this, and I said, "Hey, Dad, maybe I should make my own. Maybe I should just start my own warrior monastery." And I think he kind of chuckled and said, "You know what? Go for it. Why not?" And so that's exactly what I set out to do. And over the years, I've worked with this talented group of warrior who were very like-minded, very passionate about what they did. And we pitched in together to create this warrior monastery, this rite of passage for young warriors. So what I've just told you here is that I'm a fake. I'm an imposter. I am not a Navy SEAL. I'm not a Green Beret. I'm not a Ranger. I'm not Special Operational Forces. But that wasn't my goal. My goal was to create a warrior monastery, a rite of passage. And that's exactly what we've done. We stood up One Shepherd. And One Shepherd is that school. It's a school for the most experienced warriors in the world and the least experienced warriors in the world. Now, you get that question all the time. That's a perennial question. Where can I find military training as a civilian? Well, of course, that depends. What are you talking about when you say military training? I mean, are you talking about warrior competencies of shoot, move, and communicate? Are you talking about leadership competencies of mission planning and decision making and performance assessment? Are you looking for light fighter tactical patrolling operations with a force on force element in it? Because if that's what you're looking at, and that's what you're looking for, then One Shepherd is your choice. In fact, it's not just your best choice. And it happens to be your only choice outside of the United States military. And of course, now that gives rise, well, the military has the best schools in the world for this. And to that, I'm going to say, no, not really. And that probably comes as a surprise, because I'm going to give the military its due. But let me ask you a question before I do. Is the military's primary mission for dentistry? Because they have dentistry, and they have some of the most talented dentists I imagine you could find anywhere in the world. So that's their primary mission, right? To get everybody's teeth right? And you know it isn't. The military, likewise, has an educational program and has some inspired and talented instructors. But that's not their mission. Their mission, their real world mission, is the defense of our country. And they do this well. Some people say the best in the world. Some people say the best in the history of humankind. Regardless of what you believe, there's no question that the United States military defends our nation. There is also very little question that their primary mission is not education. And yet, One Shepherd's primary mission is precisely education. Not the defense of the nation, not to create 11 Bravo or O3 series MOSs, not to create special forces, military occupational specialties, none of that. Our mission is to be a warrior monastery, to be the highest quality leadership education you can get anywhere. And that's what we do. One Shepherd is a warrior monastery. One Shepherd is a rite of passage. That's our story. Come be part of our story.